Alright, welcome back to the channel. This is what I've been waiting for a while now. So, those of you that don't know, 2022 CF Moto 950 Sport, no HO, no EX, none of that, just plain Jane Sport. Now, CF Moto gives you a skid plate on their side-by-sides, but it's like super thin piece of crap, but it does serve its purpose. It does do a good job. So, what we got here, if I figure out what I did with my utility knife, we ordered a new skid plate for this thing, and let's see what it looks like. I'm going to tell you right now, this is a heavy box. It's not super light. I don't see anything on here that says what it weighs, but I guess that's not really important. Alright, so it's stapled to the sucker open. Alright. I'm going to have to put this on the floor because it's got some weight. So I ordered this about, let's say, I don't know. I ordered it about 2 weeks ago. And it took a little while to get here. Not a big deal. It came from CF Moto, then went to Main Street Cycle, and then came here. So that's fine. I don't really care. So they give you a lot of stuff apparently, because here's the packing list. But let's look at what is important. And that would be this skid plate. So this thing, they got, I guess it's the front piece, is zip tied to that. This thing, it's got some decent sized holes in it, I guess for reasons of oil changes and things like that. I don't know if you can see the thickness of this. I'd say that's probably, I don't know, ½ inch maybe. And like I said, it's got some weight to it. So there's that piece. And then we got some packing stuff. And then we got this piece. I didn't know the side-by-side was that long. So look at this sucker, right? Oh! Alright. So you can see, not sure if the camera's going to pick it up or not. There it is. Team MSC. Part number is on there. So this sucker is heavy. It comes with all the hardware right here. So all your bolts, looks like small pieces, and a packing list, which isn't really important, but this is what it comes with. So there it is. I'm going to get this thing loaded up on the car trailer. I'm going to raise the deck up, and we're going to be able to get under it, and we're going to video this whole thing. So, all right, I just wanted to show you what came in the box. That's it. That's it. So it's completely empty. So when we come back, we're going to get this thing loaded up. All right, so we're going to get the CF Moto loaded up on this trailer, and then we're going to get it backed into the shop. This way, a little better. We don't have a lift, so we're going to use this as a lift. this thing back in. Figure out where we want it, and we'll lock the deck. Safety second. I don't need somebody to tell me to be safe. I think I'm going to do that, right? Remember, safety second. Common sense first. Yeah, wait till you see, all you non-CF Moto people, wait till you see how thin this is. All right, I'm gonna round up all my tools and we're actually gonna get started. All right, so we're gonna take these bolts out. I'm not really sure. Which ones come out, but I'm pretty much just gonna guess. I mean, it's a little self-explanatory. Oh Lord! Oh, Toledo. All right, yeah. All right, that one's gone. Now that shows the rear. Look at all this. All right, so that exposes the rear. A couple of these tabs are probably going to have to bend back down. So that's something you're going to want to remember. You might have to bend some of these tabs back because one or two of those, well, this one too. Looks a little distorted. Shit up. Can't get that one. What's that? Nothing. All right, so I got one. It doesn't seem to want to come out. So I gotta get another. Socket or something. Oh, got it. All right, you get the idea. I'm gonna take some of these off. And we'll get back. All right, so, holy crap. All right, so this first panel goes up in here like this. And it says that I'm gonna use this hole right here. Oh, all right, I see. So we gotta make sure that the tab is right. We're gonna make sure it's straight. Like that. So you're probably gonna have to adjust some of your tabs, but do it the best you can, because once this is up, you're not gonna see them. And if you bring them down a little bit, it should be all right. Oh, I got one here I forgot about. All right. So this stuff is super thick, probably 3 times as thick as the poop that came on it. So we're gonna put this screw up in here. It's gonna be a little difficult, I know. Probably way easier taking this stuff out. Let's see where we're at. Where's the tab? All right, so that skid plate goes right there. All right, and this goes in here like this. Hopefully I get it started. If I can't, maybe I use my impact to force it on. Right? I don't know if that's a good idea, but I'm kind of aiming towards that. It worked. So you just get it in there, let it rip. Now, I'm not tightening it because this thing actually floats around. So that way if you have to move it, nothing's tight, right? Because there's holes that need to line up with certain things. I guess drains. I'm not seeing any of them, but we're going to check it out. All right, so I'm going to show you under here. We don't have any skid plates here. So we took all these down, and you had 2 bolts that went here and 2 that went here for this piece. There's a little piece that was up here. And then these two, then you have 1 here, 1 there. So you want to make sure that these are all straight. They're not bent. Just make sure they're clean all the way. That one's bent up a little bit. So what I've been doing, and I'll just take my adjustable wrench, get her up in there, and bend her down. So that's good. And now here's where we put this first plate on. Here is a drain plug. And then you've got another drain plug right there for the rear. So this is where all the screws are gonna go. And this is where it comes together. So let's get the next plate. All right, so here's the next piece that we're putting on. This is what is your starter. So I'm assuming it's gonna line up right here. So we're gonna put that in here, just like we put this one in here, and it leaves you space to move it. So we're gonna install this one and see what happens. All right, here we go. Let me get the handy dandy drill thing ready, because I think we're gonna need it to get this one started too. All right. These things aren't super light either. I mean, it's good. These things are no joke. I might actually be able to start this. Well, here, we'll just persuade it a little bit. Let me unscrew it a little bit. All right, there we go. That way it's movable. So, that sucker goes all the way up there. I'm gonna move the camera here in a little bit. We'll check that out. So what I'm doing, I'm kind of reading the instructions, but I think like the majority of what I'm doing, I probably should be reading more than just a little bit of the instructions, but that's all right. We're okay. All right. Let's see what the next step. So we're keeping all this loose, right? That way everything is movable. We can move it around. They give you enough space. These are kind of egged out a little bit. Now, when I say egged out, they're kind of long. They're not like big all the way around. They do give you flexibility to move front to back. This thing's super thick. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's just stop for a second and talk about the skid plate, okay? So I complained a little bit because of, obviously, the skid plate's expensive. But it does protect the vital organs, right? So I want you to look at how thin this is. This is the stock skid plate. It's really thin. I want you to look at this, okay? Now, I'm not going to make one look bigger than the other. I'm going to put them side by side, right? So I want you to see that. I want you to see how thin that is and how thick this is. If I say it's 3 times, this is 3 times as thick, it's pretty damn close, really. So, I'm going to see how this front piece fits because I don't really know how this works. So let's take. All right, so I'm not going to say that this isn't confusing, but I've got this front panel up. Now, it doesn't connect to anything here. So you're going to use tappers that they give you, right? So we've got this, I got this piece slid up as far as it'll go. There's going to be self-tapping there, self-tapping there. But, well, there's self-tapping there, but there's nothing here, right? There's nothing to put a screw in. So nothing here either. Nothing here either. So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do there because there's nothing there and we're going to have this lip here. And that is not good because it is facing this direction. And these are tight. So not really sure what that hole's for. I mean, obviously probably drain holes, but yeah, I'm going to try to figure this out. All right, so I'm going to show you, got some of this here, skid plate. I got everything done except for these two and the two up there, they're self-tapping. So the self-tapping ones are a real pain because, where are we at? Where are we at? Okay, so I've been taking a drill bit and making a starter hole. So with that aside, here's the dilemma. Now we're looking from the front. Now I'm not sure if they know about this, but there is nothing here to fasten to. There is nothing here to fasten to. And there is nothing here. So, what I'm going to attempt to do is put one of these here, another one on the other side, a big large washer, and try to sandwich that together. Not sure if MSC knows about this. I would assume someone would have said something by now. Again, this is a 22 CF Moto 950 Sport. It's not an EX, not an HO. Everything else lines up fine, but so I'm going to drill some pilot holes. I know I haven't shown a lot because it's a pain. It's hard. So Yeah, we're gonna do these two. They gotta get tapped, these two. So we'll go from there, see what we got. All right, so to get rid of this lip. Now, right now the lip is kind of closed up because I've got this in and I've got this in. So now I have to do this. Now, I did figure out that it is way easier to get it from the driver's side. So let me show you what I have to do. Because there is nothing, so this is what is supposed to go in to the cross member. But there is no cross member. It's not where it's supposed to be. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the little brass, this little gold piece, and I've got a bolt. Now, they got this little space here. So what I have to do is put the bolt through there, the skid plate. I have to use a big washer and little washers to stack up behind it. And then basically smash that together so the two halves are just being smashed against each other. They don't have anything to fasten up on. So you can see that it looks a little better. There's no big lip there. So I'm going to do the centerpiece. Hopefully this is just a fluke thing that they can get fixed. Otherwise, this is a pain in the butt. So I got one more to do and we should be complete on this job and we'll look at the final thing. All right, so finally the finished product. What we had to do was take this front winch cover off because there's two self tappers. One goes here and one right there. You can see it. That's this. There's your drain hole for the front diff. That's just a regular drain hole for water. You got two here. This skid plate goes all the way back. You can now see we got a smooth transition both sides. We had to sandwich these with washers behind them. So that's the only thing basically holding that. Then you got your self tappers here, here, and right here. So that's it. That is the completed skid plate. Thank God. So it would have only taken a day, but this is day 2 of the project. Just because I had to stop. We got some other stuff going on. So, all right. That's about it. It was a pain. This makes it a lot easier. But other than that, okay. So there you go. There you have it. See you on the next video.